Alright, I'm gonna tell you what sucks. I've done the whole process, and then the camera crashed. The first time ever with this overhead camera. So kind of upsetting, but guess what? We have the result. We have the finished product, so it's fine, okay? So yeah, that's it. If you're new to the channel, hey, what's up? My name is Kit. This channel talks about the hows and whys of fishing. We cover everything from big game, ultralight, everything in the middle, including fly fishing. Today I'm going to show you what I've done with this reel. Believe it or not, it's an old reel, and this is a Penn Jigmaster. What it is that back in the day, you're able to buy these parts and then put together, and you have something that's kind of souped up. So kind of like a tuner reel. Alrighty. Now, the frame is a one-piece frame from Tiburon Engineering. The handle is from Tiburon Engineering. The spool is from Newell. The plates, I'm sure a lot of the newer kids would be surprised, is actually by Accurate. So you can see AccuPlates, Accurate Fishing Products USA right there, and it says Accuratefishing.com. Because this is how Accurate got into the fishing reel game. They first made aftermarket parts for brands like Penn. So you could have Penn Jigmaster, Senators, and all that souped up. You could still find some of these parts are like fully functional reels on eBay till this day. Now, as you can see, nothing has changed as far as these parts are concerned. They still pit. Well, not pit, but they still corrode like hell. And I started with a brand new reel, stripped it, got all the parts, and then built this reel. So quality of the stuff they used before wasn't too good, as you could see. And I took care of this reel. Believe it or not, I just used it once, washed it thoroughly, and then this happened. Now, I might have been too probably not careful with this whole thing. That's why it's like that. But anyway, my fault for not actually being thorough about this. But I could just scrape this off, take it all off, and soak it in vinegar, and it should be all right. So that's that. Alrighty, now what I've done with this, okay? Now, the free spool on these reels are actually nothing short of legendary. These are really, really good. But look at this, and it stops. You know what that means? It means that this reel is going to be very, very easy to cast, especially in windy conditions where it's kind of nasty casting out some overheads. What I want to do with this is actually catch tuna, because it's tuna season now. So I have a rod to modify. Just the butt end of it, I have to change the butt cap to a slightly thinner one. But this particular reel, it was, well, I could cast it. I could really cast it. I had no problems with it. But in windy conditions, I'm afraid that I might mess up. So before I do that, I'm going to put something there. So basically, we have a magic cast system on this reel now. And I want to show you how I've done it. So now, it's not going to be difficult for you to replicate something like this if you have the same reel, or even if you have like an old or a new Jigmaster for that matter. Okay, the steps are kind of the same, but with this one at least I had the space. So, but the theory remains the same, and if it's not the same shape as this, could be that you could just use round magnets, which I'll show you in a bit. So the I'm gonna cut the suspense here, and it looks like this is gonna be quite a short video. But I'll show you exactly the steps that I've done so that you could replicate it, okay? I almost scratched this beautiful reel with my screwdriver. Thank God I didn't. Alright, so I'm going to be very careful because I don't want to scratch this. This is actually quite new. You can see the inside later as soon as we take this off how new it is. And as I mentioned, this is actually, I've just used this once. That's it. Now the whole reason why I wasn't able to use this again was because I couldn't really take this and put it on a rod holder because the butt of the rod is kind of too big for a standard rod holder. Okay, so take this off right there. Alright, so first look at how this reel is structured. Alright, so you can see that that's pretty new, the brass and everything. Now this spool is an aftermarket spool and it has these fins, so it kind of helps slow it down. But on a regular spool, this is smooth. Okay, so right there. Now this is what we've done right here, and that magnet is actually a magnet from a hard drive. Okay, now when I installed it, what I did was to oil this first, okay, just so it has oil, then wipe it down, and then I used alcohol. I used alcohol to make sure that there's no grease there, okay, so that it sticks. Then I used super glue to put it, but here's the thing. I don't know what reel you have that you would do this to, but I just got lucky that this particular one actually has space here. Okay, otherwise you could see there's a lot of space there. And then when the reel or the spool is actually placed, what happens is that there's a lot of clearance. So I got lucky. On this one, I really got lucky, but other reels, not so. But for this particular one, if I needed more power, I'm just gonna put this on there, okay? So I could, as you can see, it's the same form. I could just drop this on, and this is a bit thinner. But there's still a lot of space for this. I'm not gonna do that, because as I said, I actually don't need the magnet. But I put it there, just so in case it's windy, I don't mess up. Now, for a regular Penn Jigmaster, you could use magnets like these. Okay, again, these are neodymium magnets. These are not expensive at all. And then what you do is do opposite polarities. You could put 4, you could put 3, trial and error, you know. These are all static magnets, so you can't adjust. As soon as you put it there, that's that. All right, some systems actually have a way to move the magnet around. Now, as you can see, I put this near the bottom. Okay, so that's the bottom right there. Okay, you can see these two. That's the bottom. So that's that right there. So I put it on the bottom. It doesn't matter if you put it on top, over here, okay? Just as long as it's there and it's close to the spool, or close enough to the spool. The rotation of the spool, for some weird reason, this is aluminum for the Brits, of course it's aluminium, but this is aluminum, and then when it turns, it creates a magnetic field with this, and it helps slow down the spool to make you avoid backlash. So it is that simple. Okay, now it's just a matter of actually putting the reel together, and I've already shown you the effect. Now for these reels, or for these side plates actually, there's a trick to putting these, because they have no markers and stuff. They have no, they actually have no dents to make sure that it goes on straight. So what you do is just put one through the hole like that, okay, boom, just a few turns, and then do the other one, okay, there we go, do that. It's gonna get tricky because of the magnet, but as soon as you do that, okay, I'm gonna get the other one loose. Alright, there we go. So it's there. All you have to do is just kind of wiggle it around. There we go. Bang. That's it. Now it's in place. So everything is aligned. And then I am being very, very careful here because I don't want to scratch the reel. It's actually quite pristine. So do that. I'm going to guide it because the magnet's affecting it. Okay, it's helpful if you actually do like a thread locker. If you want. I don't really use this reel a lot, so I'm not too worried. Okay, I'm guiding it with my finger so I don't scratch the reel. Okay, so put that on. So I'm gonna spool this reel. I'm gonna take the line and then I'm gonna re-spool it. I'm gonna put a 100-pound test braid, and then on top of that, because the 100-pound is like 30 or something like that, so it's gonna have a lot of line behind it, and I'm not comfortable using anything lighter than 30 on this reel. So the diameter of a 100-pound test braid is about 30-pound test, and any thinner than that, this reel eats it. So I'm gonna put 100 pounds, and then on top I'm gonna put 40 or 50, so a few yards of top shot, and then that's that. Now if I did not put the magnet on this will spin for a really long time, but since we put it there, bang, it's good. Now let's test to see if our clicker's still on. Clicker's functioning well, actually better than before, because you know what, this clicker before had a nasty habit of coming loose, but because of the magnet also affecting it, it's not popping out. So that's a bonus. Nice. Alrighty. So that's it for this. Alrighty, if you learned something from this video, give it a thumbs up. If you haven't yet and you want to learn more, click on the subscribe button. Learn with your friends by sharing this video, sharing this channel. And should you want to support what I'm doing and support this channel, helping it grow and move forward, go ahead and click that join button for a subscription to this channel. Alrighty, so that's it for now. Thanks so much for watching. I'll see you in the next one. Class dismissed. Boom!